Hi guys, welcome to episode 13 of the 2003-04 database made by the mad scientists. We're the Arsenal manager and we're just about to start the second season. In this episode, we are going to look at the potential players that we wanted to bring in, as well as the players that we have brought in, and there are some recommendations from you guys that I will discuss as well. So, we'll just crack on with it, we'll start with it. This is the transfer centre, and I'm just going to list through a few of the players that we have signed, players that we've released, players we've sent on loan, etc, etc. So I'm going to skip through some of them. People like Justin Hoyt and that you don't really need to know about. Jolien Lescott, we signed him from Wolves, and we're trying to loan him out at the moment, but it looks like he's rejected their contract. The same with Daniel Agger. I can't remember if that was... Yeah, that was a sale. So the sale of Daniel Agger, it looks like he's rejected Juventus as well. Mertesacker we've had offers for. Gael Clichy is recently, that one's gone through now. I can't remember who he's joined. Maurice Volt's gone on loan to Sheffield Wednesday. Now this one is a weird one. My director of football, David Dean, has decided that I need this 30-year-old Van Pater. Now he looks pretty good to be fair, but I don't need any more players. Especially when I've got no wages left because I've spent most of my money. So even though he's on a free transfer, I am going to have to reject that one because we don't need him. We do not need him. Other players that are going to be joining soon, which I potentially went through the last transfer window. But we've got Mesut Ozil joining next season. Well, in January anyway. Sergio Aguero is joining in 2 years' time. We've got Sanchez joining in 3 years' time. Lebuan Makawina, he joins in January as well. We've got Lucas Podolski. He is, well, we're trying to get him a loan deal at the moment, but a 19-year-old Lucas Podolski, we've already got him on the books. Suarez, he will join in January as well, so that'll be interesting. Let's look at Luis Suarez, and as you can see, he looks a lot different to what he is now. So hopefully he will develop nicely. We will see. We've also got a 15-year-old Lewandowski. He joins in January, as does Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. 15 years old. Again, looks very different, especially pace-wise. I thought that would have been a lot better. A lot different to what he is now. And we've also got the following January, 16-year-old Gonzalo Higuain is going to be joining us. So we've got a lot of young players joining us. I want to show you my transfer history so far. We're going to look at the outs first. So I've sold some players. Kanu went to Man City, 425,000. We got rid of Stepanovs to Reading, 230,000. Gio van Bronckhorst, although I was tempted to keep him, when I done some analysis, Gio van Bronckhorst was the worst in each area. So box-to-box midfielder, Calcium, Parla, Vieira all better. Deep line playmaker, Vieira, Parla, Calcium, again, they are all better than Gio, who averaged with his key ratings for that position, 14.7. Larson with a 9.9, he's someone that we're probably going to get rid of. And Yaya Toure with 13, he's obviously got a lot of time to develop. As a ball-winning midfielder, he went there, defensive mid as well. So he's pretty good defensive mid, 13.3, but a young Mascherano, who I think is 19 at the moment in this game, in our reserves, he's got an average rating in these key stats for a defensive midfielder, 14.6. So he's better than Gio van Bronckhorst. So that is the reason why there was a lot of interest in him. Real Madrid were after him. A lot of teams in the Premier League were after him, but I rejected those. And he went to Barcelona for 10 million. Juan went to EC Vitoria for 140,000, and the rest are just loan moves for our players. PK, Ali Aliir, Franny Jeffers has gone to Rangers. Jesus Navas has gone to Wigan. Who else has gone there? David Bentley's gone to Burnley. Mertesacker to Forest. Jermaine Pennant to Fulham. Agger, sorry, he rejected the move to Juventus. Decided to stay with us but go to Burnley on loan. Tenji going to let him leave because I don't think he's going to be good enough. Anton Ferdinand's gone to Barnsley. There we go. Lescott, we signed him from Wolves. He's gone to Southampton on loan. Dolce's gone to Rotherham. Leighton Baines has gone to Bournemouth. Cherno Samba's gone to Reading as well. He's gone to join up with teammate Igor. Maurice Volts has gone to Gillingham. Felipe Melo, who we've just signed, which I will show you in a second, he's gone to Udinese on loan, and Gael Clichy's gone to Portsmouth. So that leads us to the players in. Felipe Melo being our first one. Signed him from Cruzeiro for 5.75 million. He looks a very good player. He's got some excellent stats. Can be that box-to-box. Can play ball winning as well. Also deep line playmaker, so he can play in number positions. Can also play as an attacking midfielder there if we need him to as well. So he is described as a wonder kid on the game. So 20 years old. Only a 2.5 star at the moment, but potentially a 5 star. So he could play in the Premier League right now, but I wanted him to get some experience, especially with some of our other players. We've got Ray Parler still there, so he's getting on a bit. So this might be his last year, so we will see. But this player potentially considered as a leader as well. He could be a future captain, although his leadership is 8. So I don't get that. So that was our first sign. And the next one, we got Deco from Porto for 23 million. And as you can see, his stats are absolutely phenomenal. 4.5 star potential and current ability. Very important player. Look at all these 20s. Dribbling, technique, decisions, flair, vision. And then you've got 19s. Touch, free kicks, passing. 18s. You've got loads. This guy looks brilliant. And obviously in his last season, he scored 2 sub 8. Good rating of 7.56 for them. We will see how he gets on. The next signing I want to announce is a big one for FM Trequartista. If you haven't watched this series, make sure you do. Brilliant guy. Beat him in the semi-final of FM WEC. And this is my way of apologising for knocking you out of the tournament that I won. And we have signed Roberto Baggio, 37 years old. But man, look at these stats. 20 for technique, 17 passing, 19 first touch, free kicks, crossing, 20 leadership, 19 flair, 18 decisions. He's lacking his physicals, 5 acceleration, 8 pace, 5 strength. But as a deep line playmaker that's just going to, or deep line forward, sorry, that's just going to sit there, spray the balls, work the ball around, even as an attacking midfielder as well, then he can do a job. And he's done pretty well so far. 3 assists, 1 goal in 4 sub appearances. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on. And now for our biggest signing, Chelsea, Liverpool, Atletico Madrid legend Fernando Torres. We have signed him. Another wonder kid has joined us.
This could be the most dramatic story of the season. It's Torres to give Chelsea a place in the Champions League final.
Big spend for a backup, but obviously his current ability is a 4.5 star, potential ability 5 star. This guy is going to be great. He's had some electric pace in the games that he's played. He's done pretty well so far. 4 goals in 2 starts, 2 sub appearances, 3 assists, 2 man of the match awards, average rating of 8 so far. If he carries that on, I will be very happy. We're hoping that he does better. His return has not been bad. It's roughly 1 and 2, but I want him to do better with us. So we'll see how he gets on there. Fernando Torres, great signing. As you know, we needed a defender. We signed Igor Tudor. Very good player. I used to sign him all the time. Callum Flavel used to, or didn't used to. He told me about this guy, and ever since then I always used to sign him. So thanks, Cal, for that. Currently a 4 star. Potential 4.5. Tackling 16, marking 17, heading 18, positioning 17, pace 13. Not too bad, but he is better than all our defenders at the moment. Even better than Sol Campbell. 26-year-old Croatian. There were some other players that I was interested in, but I just couldn't get him. Now, one player I was really interested in that we nearly signed, but we ran out of money, so we couldn't get him. Kevin Hofland from PSV. Very good player. Would have been only about 23 million as well, so pretty cheap. Again, 16, 15 for tackling and marking respectively. Heading 18, first touch 18. But he's very good as a ball playing defender, which is what we wanted. We wanted to create from the back, play from the back, and it's one of the things we seemed to struggle with last year, and we needed to improve that. So ball playing defenders was what we were looking for. Kevin Hofland I did want, couldn't afford him. In the end, we ended up settling for Jolien Lescott. 4.9 million, bargain sign there. 21 years old, English as well. So he's going to be a great player. He's obviously got a lot of developing to do. Currently a 2.5 star, can potentially be 3.5. I reckon he can be more there. But he is a very good player. So hopefully he improves and develops over at Southampton. I did say in the last episode for you guys to leave comments, and I will try and sign these players that you leave in the comment section as advice to me. So I just wanted to thank Tony S. Thank you for your comment. He gave me a detailed description, a list from right backs, centre backs, defensive midfielders, attackers, of players that I should sign. And from those, I did have a look at a lot of them. Heitinger was one of them. Could have joined us. I ended up pulling out because obviously I went for Eagle instead. He's ended up joining Man United for a fee of 11.75 million. Bargain signing there. Danny Alves was the nearest one. We did have an agreement, if I can find him on here, for 9 million. Where's Daniel Alves? There he is. Very good player. He did work out to be one of the best right backs out of all the people I was looking at. But at the moment, we're struggling for money, and this is my problem area still. I still need to get a right back. Other players he advised, Robin, who I could have signed on a free transfer. What was that, Ribery? No, that was Ribery, but he weren't good enough. Snyder, Essien, Genas, Gams Pedersen, De Rossi, Yobo, all of them players, to be fair, I haven't gone for them. Essien, I went at the start of last season. And then forwards, he asked me to look at Kevin Phillips. So I'm going to just show you Kevin Phillips because he is an absolute dog. I've not gone to sign him, just to let you know, but he's got some very good stats. I did used to sign him on the game, actually, because Kevin Phillips would always play well. 30 years old. But he always done well for me, especially when I was an England manager. And the other player that he asked me to look at was Darren Bent, if I can find him on here, which we did nearly sign, but he's ended up joining Southampton. Good pace, good finishing. Again, I used to sign him on this game as well, but we didn't go for him this time. They wanted a bit too much money for him. And, yeah, I wasn't going to go for it. He did also advise Cabanaghi, who was one of my all-time favourites. We haven't gone for him this time. Obviously, we signed Fernando Torres. Drogba and Nelka, we have looked at in the past, but I haven't gone for them. So, thank you very much, Tony. Really appreciate your feedback and your advice there. And, guys, if you do think of any players that you think I should sign, especially for my problem right-back area, then please leave that in the comments section. Let me know what you think. And I did forget to say as well, if you're liking this video so far, guys, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're on 447 subs now, so I'm 3 away. That is right, 3. I had to check there. 3 away from hitting 450 subs, which would be superb. And I believe we are close to 50,000 views as well, which I'm just going to double check. This is going to be a live viewing here. Well, not live, because I recorded this on Thursday, and today's Friday. But yeah, we'll have a quick look. We are 428 views away from 50,000 views total since we started the channel, which was end of April, May last year. Crazy, 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 crazy. I'm hoping over the next couple of days, by the end of the weekend, we should have hit 50,000. So make sure you watch, guys. Really appreciate it. Leave your comments, hit that like, subscribe to the channel, and let's crack on with the rest of this episode. So that is what has happened. They're the players I brought on, and I've basically slimmed down my squad. So I'm just going to show you my squad right now. So we've got Jens Lehmann in goal, Peter Cech, Sol Campbell, Kolo Toure, Martin Keown, and Igor Tudor in defence. Hinkle, the only right back at the moment. I'll show you the finances in a second. Ashley Cole, Ian Hart, left back. Javier Mascherano, Vieira, Parla, Deco, Kallstrom in the centre. And then we've got Bakasioglu, we've got Roberto Baggio, we've got Capo, Ljungberg, Perez, Bergkamp. David has stayed. I like the look of David. 24-year-old Brazilian. I think he can develop. Then we've got Torres and Henry. This is how I've done so far in pre-season. Now, I've had a lot of easy games. Started with a game against my under-23s. Disappointing. Dominated the game, but drew 1-0. Henry with an early goal, but then Ashley Cole gave away a penalty in the 82nd minute. Podolski tucked that away. We just couldn't score. We had a lot of chances, just couldn't score there. Then we had 2 easy games here in, I don't even know where it is, to be fair. We went on tour somewhere. Prisons, SRC, we won 10-0. But Baggio opening the score and getting his first goal. Ljungberg, Bakayoglu, Torres, Keown with an absolute power driver of a goal. David and Capo with 2 goals when he came on late to win 10-0. Then we had Tanyong Pagar, 12-0 victory. Ray Parlour with an early goal again. First minute, Capo hat-trick. Ljungberg hat-trick. Ashley Cole, 4 goals. Kim Kallstrom with 1 as well. Absolutely spanked him. Brilliant performance, but they are shit, so it's expected. Then we had our first real challenge, Rawns, 3-0. Torres with 2 goals. Kallstrom with an absolute power driver after coming on as a substitute. Great goal there by him. Overall, pretty good performance by the boys there. And I'm happy. We've still got a few friendlies left. And what I'm going to do is I am going to play these. And we're going to end the episode with a game against Chelsea in the opening game of the season. Now, as I said, I wanted to go through the finances. And we are struggling. We've spent so much money. I think it was 97 million we've spent. We've got 2.5 million left. And we need another 6.5 so we can go in for Alves. Wage budget 1650. We were spending nearly 1800 on wages, but after shipping out all the players on loan and obviously selling a couple, we've got that down to 1621. So we're actually spending under our wage budget now, which is good. I'll do that. We've got 3.5 million now, so I've changed that. So we're still spending under our budget, but we still need some more money. I don't know how I'm going to get that because the board will not increase my money, which is crap. And you know what? While we're in my affiliate club, there we go. Increase our profile in another country. What's he going to say? No benefit. You know, fuck all, Stan Kroenke. Kroenke out. Anyway, so that is my squad there. Our transfers. That's our finances. What else do you guys need to see? Our change in tactics. We have gone back to my old Norwich tactic. Although I'm playing Capos in the AM rather than the advanced playmaker. But we've got 4-2-3-1. It seems to be working so far. We've also got backup tactics of this one, which worked towards the end of the season. This is more of the away tactic in the league. It helps condense that midfield. We win the ball back and then attack. And then obviously we've got the very attacking. Boom, boom, boom. Actually, I'm going to change this. That tactic was an old one. This is a new one. It's slightly amended and works very good when we are losing. So, this is going to be my main tactic for now. I'm not going for the 4-2-4. I want this attacking midfielder, and Deco is normally the man to play that. So, what I'm going to do is, before we go through the games, I'm just going to go through the squad depth, just so you guys can see all positions, the current ability. So, you've got Omri and Torres, both the same there. Perez on the left, Deco, Perez, right winger, saying that Perez is the best. Ljungberg's only a 3-star and Kennedy Bakayoglu only a 2.5-star. But Bakayoglu was absolutely brilliant last season. In the middle, we've got Vieira. No one else is really close, so potentially we could invest. But we'll have a look at the potential ability soon so you guys see. And then left back, Ashley Cole, 3-star. Campbell, Tudor, both the same there. So that's going to be our main partnership. Hinkle, 3-star, and then you've got Lehman and Czech, both the same. Now, if we have a look at the potential ability, you can see this changes. Capo is potentially going to be a backup there. No change on the left wing, but behind the strikers, you've got Capo, Kallstrom, Ljungberg, are all very good in that area, which is another reason why I've switched to this formation, just so we can have someone behind the striker. All these players are very good here. Torres potentially is a 5-star right winger. He's actually better on the right wing than he is up front. That is crazy. Ljungberg could be a 3.5-star, Perez 3.5, Capo 3.5, Bakayoglu only a 3, which is crazy because he's brilliant. I love Bakayoglu. Now on the wings here, that's the same. Vieira, Kallstrom potential 4-star, Mascherano 3.5. But this is where they do get better. Vieira, Tudor, Mascherano, all 4-star potentials in that position there. And then we've got Hinkle, 4-star right back. Ashley Cole, 4-star left back. Igor Tudor potentially is a 4.5-star player. And then Peter Cech is potential miles better than Lehman with 4.5 star there. He's our #1 keeper at the moment. So that is our squad, our team report, our tactics, our schedule so far, our finances. So the last thing to do would be to finish with a game against Chelsea. So before we start the Chelsea game, guys, we've got an announcement to make. The transfer window has closed. These are the major transfers so far. RAUL, obviously, didn't go to us. He decided to go to Man U because we went for Torres instead. Zambrotta's gone to Chelsea for 39.5 million from Juventus. And we are the biggest spenders, spending 98 million in this window. Gillingham were the most active, signing 16 players. But since we last spoke, there have been some updates. Now, let me go into this for you. We've seen some levers in the fact that Tavlaridis has gone to PAOK, 225k. Torre's gone to Hamburg on loan. Martinho's gone Burnley on loan. Nani's gone to Burnley on loan. And Graham Stack has gone to Burnham for 825,000. They offered him a contract. That was our, compensation. 825. I'm happy with that, to be fair. He weren't ever going to play for us. So we've got a bit of money there. Now, changes to the players in. Oliver Giroud, we have signed him for 24,000 for Grenoble. Doesn't look much at the moment. Only a potential 2-star. But I love Oliver Giroud. Absolutely love him. He was a legend. We never should have sold him. 17 years old. Let's see how he develops. And we've also finally signed a right back. So Cedric Hembark has joined the club. He's only a 2-star with a potential of 2-star as well. The fans are not happy and our coaches say he's surplus to requirements. But we needed a backup right back and I'm going to be interested to see how this works. I narrowed it down. I have signed this player on the concept of Dannyball. Now Dannyball is my Excel spreadsheet and what I've done here is obviously as discussed previously. For each position I have put down the key attributes for that position to give them an average rating. Now, just so you get an idea, obviously Poyle would have been the best player we could have signed. He would have been first choice right back, 16.8. Hinkle is currently a 15.8 and in our reserves we've got Hoyt and Volts. Volts is 11.2, Hoyt is 10.6. So we needed better than these guys. But we need to challenge this. So some of the players I was looking at. Heitinger, Lahm, Alves, Cicinho. And then these are the guys that I found via Dannyball. Cheap players, under 5 million. And I'll put their stats in to see what they got. So these players are Oliver Kirch, Sasha Reifer, Angelo, Cedric Hengbart, who's the guy that we signed, Cedric Varel, Danny Butterfield, Lars Jacobson, Thomas Reiter, and Andrea Tazozzi. Now, I'd just like to make it clear that the players that I bid for, some of these players I couldn't bid for money purposes. And in the end, it went down to 2 players, Thomas Reiter, who's 30 years old from Denmark, or Cedric Hengbart, who's 24 from France. Now, I just want to show you their stats. And to get an example, Heitinger is a 13.2. Lahm is a 14.5. Dani Alves is currently a 13.5. But obviously, he's got potential to grow. That's the thing. Now, these players I was looking at, the ones that stood out, Reifer was one that I wanted, 14.4. He currently, I offered 4 million, they wouldn't take it, so I had to pull out of that one. We then got Hengbart, who pulls in a 13.9, so he's already better than our reserves. He's potentially better currently than Heitinger and Alves, but future-wise, no. But we just needed a short stopgap, someone that was cheap, and he only cost about 750,000, which was a bargain. And then obviously Reiter, another player that we were looking at, he rated at 14.1, so slightly better than Hengbart, but his age was a factor. He was 30 years old. Another factor was that technically and mentally, Hengbart was a lot better. Reiter was better physically, which I was tempted to go for him because of obviously how physical the Premier League is. But in the end, I decided to go for the technical and mental attributes of Hengbart. The fact that he was younger and potentially could develop. And obviously we could work on his stamina, pace, etc. in training. Jakobsen, again, was close. But the one thing that put me off there was his crossing ability of 3. As you guys know, I like my wing-backs, full-backs to be able to cross the ball. So that's why I pulled out that one. So that is my Dannyball tactic. And this is the player here. So as you can see, his stats are very good. If you ignore the physicals, his stats are very good. 14 crossing, 17 long shots, 15 first touch, 14 passing, 16 tackling, 17 positioning. All very good stats. It'll be interesting to see how he does, and just so you get an idea of how well he's played before. 23 games in his first season, 1 goal. 37 in the second season, no goals. Third season, 3 games, 1 assist, an average rating of 7.13. He was then snapped up for 600,000 by SC Lorient, the team that have produced many great players like Giroud and who else there? Lauren Koscielny, and who's that guy that went over to Gamero? So all these great players at Lorient. Potentially this guy is another one of them. He played 29 games for them last year, 4 assists, 1 man of the match, 7.29 assists. Average tackles of 6.13. This is really, really getting into the Moneyball tactics now. Passing could be better at 77%, sorry. Dribbling 0.71 and shots on target at 21%. Only made 5 fouls, but that tackling and that average rating really sold it to me. So I'm hoping that Hengbart proves the fans wrong. Remember, he's only a backup to Hinkle. He's not really going to play many games. But for 700,000, you can't really go wrong, can you? So it's the first game of the season. People, we're playing Chelsea. And despite being at home, they are the favourites. But this is how we're going to line up. Peter Cech in goal. Hinkle right back. Ian Hart left back. Campbell and Toure in the centre of defence. Vieira and Kallstrom in the centre of the park. Capo as the advanced midfielder. And then Ljungberg Perez on the wings with Thierry Henry up front. On the bench, got Jens Lehmann, Martin Keown, Ray Parler, Kennedy Bakasioglu, Fernando Torres, Roberto Baggio, and Ashley Cole, who's slightly not fit. That's why he's missing out on this one. So let's get this game started, people. It's going to be a big one. Can we start off the season with a win? And remember, last season, we had a few games against Chelsea, Man United, where we got absolutely battered and really struggled for defensive ability, because we just got absolutely spanked. So hopefully we do better here today. We're going to kick off Capo with an early start. Looking for Kallstrom, Hart, Perez. And one thing about this formation, and the players that we've got now in the squad, we seem to be very, very quick, especially on the break. But it's going to be a tough game. Ian Hart plays it short to Hinkle. Hinkle looks for Toure, whips it in. Campbell picks up the ball. So Campbell with a strike from 25 yards. 10 minutes gone. Arsenal lead 1-0. Let's have a look at that goal. An absolute beauty. Toure on the ball. Whipped in. And what are our centre-backs doing in these attacking positions? Sol Campbell, an absolutely beautiful strike. And 10 minutes into the first game of the season. And we lead against Chelsea, who finished second last year. Hinkle wins the ball out, looking for Ljungberg. Capo on the ball now. Kallstrom Couldn't even speak there. Perez shot well saved by Colaccini, and he easily catches the cross. And it looks like half-time is gone. It's been a very, very tight game. We've dominated possession, but we struggled in their half. That's the thing. So, is there something that we can do to improve that? I'm happy. Keep it up so far. Tactics. We've got work in the box already. Whipped crosses. Might even switch this on to low crosses and see what happens. Run of defence. Be more expressive. Standard tempo. Okay, let's see. Let's see what happens in the second half. And if I didn't show it, Joaquin, his spot got knocked 25 seconds into the second half, and he's given Chelsea an equaliser. And what I was going to say is, I didn't show you guys, but our last pre-season game we lost 2-1 to Kaiserslautern. Disappointingly, there. I don't know what Peter Cech was doing. A late penalty given away by Hinkle was enough for them to win the game. We couldn't create anything in that one, and we're struggling to create here today. I might have to drop this down to balanced just to see what happens. Capo's not having a good game. Henry's not having a good game. I might have to bring on Fernando Torres. Ray Parler. No, not going to bring on Ray Parler. Roberto Baggio. I want to bring him on for Capo because he's not performing. And Fernando Torres. So 2 new signings coming on. Can FM Trequartistas Roberto Baggio get a goal on his debut at Highbury against Chelsea here today? 15 minutes left to go. Hart with a corner, whips it in. Colaccini with a save. Are Chelsea going to hit us on the counter-attack? They hit it long. Toure picks it up. Plays for Campbell. Back to Toure. Long ball looking for Fernando Torres. Oh, and a good save by Colaccini. That would have been a great start. And that is what Torres offers us. He can put a long ball over the top and he's there. Freddie Ljungberg with a chance now. And it's headed straight at the keeper. Veron on ball. Looks for Joaquin. Great switch of play there. Joe Cole hits the bar. Hinkle picks it up. Are Arsenal on the attack now? No, but we've got a corner. Perez whips it in. And it's gone in. Who scored that one? Kaladze. Own goal. And he's potentially a new sign. I think he's from Milan. But Kaladze has put the ball in the back of his own net. We lead 2-1 here. And I'm going to go defensive. We have another corner. Whipped it in. Roberto Baggio. FM Trequartista. That one's for you. Roberto Baggio picks up the ball on the edge of the box. Let's have a look at this. Headed away by Mutu. Baggio picks it up. Takes a shot. Took a deflection off of number 5. I don't know who that is. And it ends up in the back of the net. We leave 3-1. What a turnaround in this game. And we've got another chance now. Ljungberg whips it in. Baggio picks up. Karlström. Curling effort. And it's just gone wide of the post. And this is much better than what we were doing last season. Hart. Karlström. Perez on the ball now. Can we make it 4? Torres looking for Ljungberg. Whips the ball in. Torres. Baggio with his second goal of the game. Can you believe it? And we lead 4-1. Come on. Torres. Great ball there. Freddie Ljungberg picks it up. Whips the ball into the box. Torres was blocked by the defender. I think that was Gallas. And it fell to Baggio. 2 goals for Baggio since coming on in the 75th minute. He's only been on the pitch for 10 minutes. And he's scored 2 goals. Arsenal 4, Chelsea 1. The final whistle is surely going to go. And the favourites have had an absolute pace in here today. We lead. Well, we won 4-1. Campbell with a fantastic start off the game. Kaladze with an own goal in the 79th minute. And then Baggio with 2 goals in 6 minutes. And that was a well-deserved victory. We absolutely dominated. 18 shots, 10 on target, 64% possession to their 8-4-36. Joaquin was their best player. Good goal by them early in the second half. But Baggio, what a star. What a signing. And I hope he can do that for the rest of the season. Guys, let me know how many goals you think Roberto Baggio is going to score this season for us. So there you have it. There's confirmation. Baggio makes Arsenal debut. Roberto Baggio had a debut to remember as he scored 2 goals during Arsenal's convincing 4-1 English Premier Division victory over Chelsea after coming on as a sub in the 65th minute. I thought 75th, but 65th, same thing. Supporters had been keen to see what Baggio had to offer and will undoubtedly been delighted that their new man, who's 37 I might add, made an instant impact. Baggio is a new sign at Highbury, having joined from Italian team Brescia in June. Fernando Torres also made his debut, but didn't have the same impact. I'll let the assistant take that one. Baggio on form. I'm going to praise his performance. You were superb. He's happy. I appreciate that, boss. Thank you very much. And Santini has been watching Vieira, Perez, Capo, Henry, Sagnol and Gallas for his next France squad. Obviously, Sagnol and Gallas for Chelsea. So, we'll quickly have a look at the league. As you can see, we've started at the top of the league, although there's still games to be played. So, that's not a fair assessment. Which game should we come back for? We've got Spurs in the next game, but I'm tempted to come back for... I don't think he'll be able to play in that game. We're going to come back for the Middlesbrough game. I absolutely... No, stuff it. Leeds. Dirty Leeds. We're going to play Leeds, who in real life are second, third in the Championship now. I think they've dropped down to third. With Norwich. Norwich are going to win the league. You go, girls. But we are going to play Leeds in our next game. So I hope you guys join me. And if you've liked this episode, as always, hit that like button, guys. Can we make it to 10 likes for this video? Really appreciate if you can help me with that one. And again, leave your comments in the comment section. How many goals do you think Roberto Baggio will score for us this season? Leave your comments below, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And I'll see you guys on Monday for the game against Leeds. Cheers. Thank you.